Said by Jeff. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, consensus items be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
This is the approximate position and time that the board has designated to receive statements from individuals and groups. The board will review all statements, then respond appropriately at a future meeting. All persons in attendance are required to sign the attendance sheet and designate the representation status. For example, a parent, teacher, bus driver, chamber of commerce, etc. There is a 2-minute time limit.
Yeah.
Could you?
Ma'am, could you speak to the microphone because this is being broadcast and recorded?
Hello, I'm Chema Darcy. My daughter's a student here at Eden. Well, she's out of district. And I just wanted to bring to your attention something that was very concerning to me about the yearbook. Okay, so I purchased a yearbook from school after I had called and clarified with several teachers that she would be included, even though she does not come here every day because she goes out of district. They assured me she would be. She was not when she got her yearbook. And the explanation I was given was that no one out of district is in the book until they're a senior. Okay, so my child is a sophomore now, so she was a freshman when she was moved out of district. And she's already lost pretty much any friend that she had here because they don't see her. They don't have time to, they don't go places, they don't do things because she goes to a different school. And it wasn't really by her choice. So what I'm asking the board is to look into inclusivity for all these kids. So all of them, at whatever district, if this is their home district, and this is where they should be going to school for whatever reason that they're not, they should be included in those yearbooks. Because when they're a senior and they're allowed to be in the yearbook, nobody knows who they are by that point. And kids are going to look in that yearbook and go, who is this? I never saw them at school. Well, no, they didn't, but they're still part of your community. They're still part of your high school. And they'd still like to be able to be recognized on the street that they go to Eden School. And I just think that I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that no one on this board was aware of this situation, but I don't believe it's right. And I'm not just here for my daughter, but I'm here for all of those kids because it's not fair. And they deserve to be recognized as part of the community and part of the school. If they are an Eden student out of district, they're still an Eden student. So my 2 minutes up. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can you make sure, excuse me, miss? Can you make sure you're okay? You can keep walking. I just want to make sure that you sign in and you leave your contact information. Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Okay, that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Brenda Bergsaler be appointed on probation as a senior clerk typist effective July 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024. Salary is based upon CSEA contract level 11, step 19.
Second.
I think that's level 6.
6.
We stopped teaching those.
I'm retired, remember?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Kenneth Jock be appointed as probation as a cleaner effective June 13th, 2024 and ending December 12th, 2024. Salary is based upon CSE contract level 2, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the following people be appointed as summer employees effective July 8th, 2024. Michelle Falkides, teacher, Sarah Myers, teacher, Tina Wrigley, teacher, Grace Sipos, teacher, Jessica Walschlager, occupational therapist, Jennifer Tomasulo, physical therapist, Jennifer Carriero, psychologist, Laura Burkby, psychologist, Darlene Smith, registered nurse for bus, Diana Corcoran, teacher aide, Cheryl Dunmeyer, teacher aide, Kathy Franklin, teacher aide, Elaine Funk, teacher aide, Alexandria Janicki, teacher aide, Rebecca Lape, teacher aide, Lori Mohan, teacher aide, Melissa Mossop, teacher aide, Sarah O'Leary, teacher aide, Alicia Plummer, teacher aide, Judy Razone, teacher aide, Cheyenne Shaw, teacher aide, Sue Walzak, teacher aide, Kristen Archangel DeFeldecker, substitute teacher aide, Amanda Shamira, substitute teacher aide, Michael Kubera, substitute teacher and teacher aide, Shanna Locking, substitute teacher and teacher aide, William O'Hare, substitute teacher and teacher aide, Francesca Turley McDonough, bus attendant, Benjamin Marandola, bus attendant, Thomas Wall, teacher, Michelle Ross, substitute teacher and teacher aide, Darlene Necker, substitute teacher and teacher aide, Jacqueline Campfield, substitute teacher aide, Jenny Rocco, registered nurse, Matthew Heyer, teacher, and Mary Maxim, summer school principal.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
New business, that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the overnight cheerleading competition trip to Universal Studios, Florida, March 13th, 2025 to March 17th, 2025 be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the varsity and modified wrestling programs be merged with North Collins for the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the May 24th, 2024 revised transportation route spreadsheet be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, steps for the following part-time teachers be adjusted. Jeffrey Parasani, part-time 0.84 FTE business teacher, effective September 1st, 2023, and ending June 30th, 2024. Salary is based upon ETA contract master step 8. Rachel Braun, part-time 0.80 art teacher, effective September 1st, 2023, and ending June 30th, 2024. Salary is based upon master step 13.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Information and proposals. Right now, the business report. No report. Next.
Just going on the record right now, it's 6:09.
Okay. Superintendent's report. Here's where it slows down. No, just kidding.
Oh, it's gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down. So, thank you. And, I am cognizant that it's 6:09 and I should be done by 6:39 at the latest. Anyway, board, you've heard a lot, recently about, the science of reading and, across the state and how that is going to be the new norm and the new push from, across districts. So, and that really has to go with the manner in which students are instructed on reading. Our district has a very good instructional reading program, which already addresses many of the elements espoused by the Science of Reading State Initiative. We can, of course, improve our reading instruction in all grade levels. Beginning in the 24-25 school year, we are partnering with the Reading League, and that is through the leadership of our Director of Curriculum, Mrs. Kelly LaRosa. So thank you for all your work in that area. The goal of the partnership is to provide professional development grounded in evidence-based best practices in reading and ELA instruction. These practices are rooted in the science of reading, research, and apply to our youngest learners who are learning to read, spanning to our high schoolers who are learning to apply their reading and writing knowledge in every content area. So that should stick out to you because the focus on science of reading, and particularly our partnership with the Reading League, is going to be significantly different from what our district and other districts have experienced, where reading focus was on the youngest levels with only remediation at the older grade levels. This is going to help all of our students in the long run become better deciphers of information and readers. So the Reading League is a national nonprofit based in Syracuse, New York, whose mission is to advance the awareness, understanding, and use of evidence-aligned reading instruction. The Reading League promotes knowledge to reimagine the future of literacy education. Any questions on that? Okay. All right, I've got a few updates regarding the secondary school. That's our middle high school. This past June 3rd, I attended a middle high school faculty meeting and was able to discuss a number of topics, including a change to the current two-office structure. As you're aware, currently we have a middle school office and we have a high school office. Starting this summer, we will be combining the middle school main office and the high school main office so that when teachers and students return from summer recess, a more efficient model is in place. The new structure, while not technically new, it'll be new for us next year, should better serve the needs to all who learn and work in the secondary building. It will also put our critical clerical team in a position to better support each other. The space currently designated as the middle school main office will be the hub of activity for the building. So we will have a principal, perhaps two principals in that space, and two clerical members, and any teacher, parent, or student who needs something has one place to go rather than the two separate offices that we currently occupy. I also shared that over the next 2 months, Mr. McDonough, Mr. Cervoni, Mr. Iwanko, and I will be working on reimagining the leadership structure in the building. I believe it's time we move away from the model that has two principals working in parallel to a model that allows the principals to work in concert, albeit with specific roles and responsibilities. All three administrators will work with students in grades 6 through 12 and will no longer be relegated to specific grade levels. I advise the secondary staff that the delineation of roles will be shared with them upon their return from recess. So in that same vein, I anticipate that our school counselors will also have an equal share of the 6 through 12 student body for a few reasons. Transitioning to a 6 through 12 student services model will allow for the balance of caseloads, but most importantly, allow counselors to develop long-term relationships with students and families. We know that relationships are critical to student success, and it's time to take advantage of the opportunity before us. Put another way, imagine being a parent of a sixth grader who attends sixth grade orientation with their child, and they meet their counselor for the first time, and that counselor is able to say, for the next 7 years, I will be your go-to person. You will have a trusted adult in this building for the next 7 years. And I think that's a very powerful opportunity that we need to take advantage of. Okay. I know that when we had discussions before about the replacement of the retiring counselor, there was great concern over over caseloads, and this would allow for a balanced caseload amongst all three counselors. I further shared with the middle school and high school staff that we are in no way moving away from the critical components of middle level education. The manner in which we instruct early adolescents and the value we place on middle level specific activities and opportunities is not changing, nor will it. The reality is we are not two schools. We are one school that teaches a variety of needs of different age children. Currently, 19 teachers teach both middle and high school courses. Another 18 oversee mixed learning labs, meaning children from grades 7 through 12 could be in those learning labs. We have a pretty remarkable opportunity to embrace who we are, and by doing so, should enhance the overall learning experience for all students. This examination of the secondary building will also lead to a board action item in July to eliminate a 10-month clerical position. There is a high level of redundancy in the work at MHS that needs to be addressed. Any questions or comments about that restructuring and reimagining of the leadership? Okay, you should expect that sometime in August, I will be sharing with you the specific roles and responsibilities of each of those administrators as well. Okay. Moving on to athletics. The State Education Department has put forth several proposals regarding mixed competition and the athletic placement process. Mixed competition allows for, and I'm going to put this in as simplistic terms as possible. Mixed competition allows for a girl to play on a boys' team when a school does not offer the same sport for both boys and girls. For example, girls have competed on the football team. In order for a girl to be allowed to participate on a boys' team, they were required to be evaluated through the athletic placement process. On the same note, a boy could currently participate on a girls' team when a district only offers a sport for girls. Think in this case, field hockey. Currently, a boy can only compete on a girls' team when there is, and this is a very important phrase, no significant adverse effect. Okay, remember that, no significant adverse effect. An example of a significant adverse effect could be when female athletes are not offered a spot on a female team in favor of a male athlete, or if a male athlete's physical abilities far outweigh his teammates and opponents. Quite frankly, the proposals have the potential to be detrimental to female athletics and could open the door to male students who wish to compete on a female-specific team, with the district having no opportunity to oppose the placement. SED is recommending discontinuing the athletic placement process and removing no significant adverse effect language. NISPA, that's the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, Section 6, area superintendents, the New York State Athletic Directors Association are all aligned in our opposition to these changes. The state has made some adjustments to the proposed language as a result of feedback from the field. We will continue to advocate for all athletes and ensure a fair and equitable playing field for all of our student athletes. We are currently in the middle of, I believe, a 60-day public comment window. The executive director for Section 6 just recently forwarded a letter to SED outlining his concerns, and the New York State Athletic Association has forwarded their concerns, as well as have a number of area superintendents. So the theory behind the SED's changes is to make access for female athletes easier, but the result will make things much more complicated and detrimental for those that they're trying to promote. Questions on that? This past Monday, 3 superintendent colleagues and I, as part of our work is in the Area 2 Legislative Committee, were able to attend a meeting with Bonnie Lockwood and Karen Mahoney. These are 2 members of the New York State Executive's Office. This was a first of what I hope are regular meetings with Governor Hochul's representatives. We had a healthy discussion on foundation aid and the state budget process, the opportunity to improve the shared services model, electric bus conversion, including concerns about timelines and infrastructure, and also shared concerns about the recent school temperature bill that would establish minimum allowable temperatures that would require mitigation and or evacuation of spaces based on temperature. So this was it was a very powerful meeting where two folks who work directly with Governor Hochul heard from us and our concerns about these different areas. And they were very receptive to what we said, and I'm appreciative of their time. Before I finish up here, I do know that I think yesterday there was a release of information about the changing the proposed changes in graduation standards. They are coming, but they are still a ways away. So if you read anything in a paper or heard it online or whatever, that Regents exams are a thing of the past, that is incorrect. That is not the goal of the Blue Ribbon Commission. The goal of the Blue Ribbon Commission, who reports to SED, is really to open up multiple pathways for students to demonstrate their abilities. And I support that. The next year will be a hearing from the field, if you will, where there will be meetings throughout New York State, typically held by BOCES, where members of SED and the Board of Regents will hear directly from the field about their concerns and things that they think we should move forward with. So any questions for me at this point? Gentlemen, are you going to talk about end of year festivities and graduation? And graduation? Just reminding everybody when it is, when it's your turn. Because it's June 25th at what time? 7 p.m. Do you know where? In the auditorium. There you go. Thanks for talking about it. Any questions for me? And I'm 19 minutes shy of my goal.
Yep.
So,
Nice job.
thanks.
Next, we have student report, Jesse Buskowski and Matt Tepfenhart.
So we want to talk to you about the highlights of Earth Week that we had. So Monday, oh, I did forget, sorry. So Monday, the 22nd, we had a scavenger hunt. So in homeroom, we received a scavenger hunt, which was completed at home during this week. And when completed, it was returned to Mrs. Doctor for a special prize. Tuesday, the 23rd, it was Chalk the Walk. So you got to meet with Miss Doctor, period 6, and Mrs. Brunner, period 5 and 7, by the auditorium doors to go outside for lunch and create Earth Week art on the sidewalks. And it was bring your own chalk if possible. Wednesday, the 24th, it was Paint Rocks, which you got to join middle school student council and paint rocks outside the lunchroom, period 5 through 7. Thursday, the 25th, it was Reduce Energy Day. So we turn off the lights, use less water, and unplug devices. Friday, the 26th, was Flower Power Day, and it was wear flower prints to celebrate the end of Earth Week.
For senior prom, Friday, June 7th. That was just the prom. And then thoughts for next year, we're starting a new group for Eden Middle and High School Student Council called the Kindness Squad. This group will be present at the beginning of the school year to welcome new students and teachers back to the school, as well as at some of the new school events. The new student council for the year 2024 through 25 will be meeting to plan for homecoming next school year.
Thank you. Did you have fun at prom?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Next we have board report roundtable.
Anybody?
No?
I had one thing that was asked from somebody in the community. I think you've heard it before. Billy Siddle had been concerned. He's going to be the new head of the regarding people getting awarded and being on the wall for their athletics. And once again, he brought up that one person who had been very involved in starting everything. And he just asked me if I knew or anyone knew what the status of whether he would be honored at all. I actually spoke with a representative from the Wall of Fame and shared with her the board policy that was adopted earlier this year, along with the other pertinent information. So once they follow that process, it's possible that gentleman will be recognized. Oh, that's really good. I'll let him know.
Anything else? So when's graduation again? 25th. Jen, you're going to be there, right? Okay, good. Thank you for covering.
I'm sorry, 5 o'clock.
You got to get in your costume. All right.
The reorganization and regular board of Education meeting is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the middle and high school library. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education enter executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or persons.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks for coming, everybody. 6:24.